Thank you. First of all, I congratulate Kamala Nehru Institute of Physical Science to organize a wonderful workshop on research methodology. In these days, whole world is suffering to pandemic of COVID-19, and in this period, you utilize this time and your research is always highlight the problem of the regional, state, as well as country. Myself, Sinha, I am in these days in Chaudhry Ranveer Singh University Zin, but in previous time, I am also a faculty of VVS Purvanchal University Jaunpur. I visited in your institution when Professor Dr. B.K. Jha is in this organization. I visited thrice and 4 times in your institution to deliver some lecture along with Professor S.M. Jha, is in the Ellen Mithila University, Darbhanga. Okay, my dear participant, today's topic is data handling, collection, presentation, and summarization. You are all researcher. Your research is contribute a basic knowledge, basic themes to policymaker. So it's a very important thing, topic says data handling. First of all, data handling is the method of performing a statistical analysis on the given data. So my question is, first is, what is data? Why do we need it? The answer is, data are individual pieces of information about a particular system. The average human body temperature is suppose 37 Celsius, which is data. The number of students in your class is also data. Data is made useful by data collection, data organization, and it is finally proceed through data analysis. Data handling is the process that comprises of data collection, data organization, data analysis, and finally the deception with the help of the graph or chart. Ajit, you audible, all the participant and organizer. Data handling comes extremely naturally to us. When someone asks you how old you are, you give them a number. Correct? Do you know you just handle data? You are basically handling data already. When I said data handling comes naturally to us, I forget to mention that some of us are better at handling data than others. I myself was never good at remembering birthday and numbers, but if you are, then congratulations guys, you already must be pretty good at it. Now, every single person in the world is constantly interacting and gathering data. Your mails, your messages, all contain data in large quantities. The industry uses the process of data analysis to make such large amount of data useful to us. So basically, the background of the data handling, collection, presentation, and summarization. Then I start data handling. What do you mean by data handling? The temperature of the surface of the sun is 5000 Celsius. So how does this data help you? This data is useful when we think about the 5000 degrees Celsius and realize that this means that the surface of the sun is very hot. The data that the sun's temperature is 5000 degrees Celsius became information when it leads to realization that the sun is very hot. Information is the interpretation and what about data. This kind of data by itself does not have any meaning. Let us take any test of you have recently had at your school or college or university. You have a fixed and number of students in your classes. The max that you get is the data here. You can see that your marks by themselves don't mean much to anyone, but you write. If I wanted to know how your classes perform in the test, then just it's only when the data is organized and processed that it is useful to us. Say, for example, the teacher who took your test, instead of putting your names alongside the result, put in randomly. Would it make any sense to you? What you do if you wanted to know your score? So the randomly arranged marked is extremely how data is available to us. It is only after the organized and structured properly that it is of any use or meditation us. So basically, this is the meaning of handling the definition, handling the data. Then next is collection of data. How you collect the data. More important than organizing data is the need to know what the data is being collected for. Suppose that you want to find out the marks your friend has gotten in a test. So you go to your teacher and ask to have a look at this paper, but your teacher say that he cannot give you the answer sheet and can only tell you the marks. So your teacher tell you the marks is the subject and you note these marks down and go to your friend. On your way, you suddenly notice that your friend has scored exactly the same marks. So the entire data you have just collected is wrong. Even though you have a list of marks with you, it is not the data you initially set out to collect. So in data handling, it is extremely important to know what the same data is being collected for before collecting it. So that is a brief meaning of this data collection of data. Then the third is organizing of data. Earlier, it was mentioned that for data to be useful to us, it has to be presented in an organized and a contextual manner. So the importance of organization of data cannot be understood. You must have seen the old yellow page. They were these huge books that used to contain the name of the number of every resident of a particular city. Even if it was a huge city, so that book contained the names and number of thousands of the people. So if you go to a city you have never been before and you want to meet your friend who you know lives there, then all you need to do a flip through the yellow page and you will find his name and number there, and what is life saver if you get lost is not it. A book, to make such a book you need a a number of people. Do not you receiving a number is the easy byte. If you send a bunch of people around the town inquiry for the people phone numbers, soon enough you will have a considerable amount of data. For a considerable amount of data. For this data to be useful, it will have to be arranged in a manner that aids searching. It is the names are arranged alphabetically, which is if you have a name, you can really look for it just like you how you search for particular so all the way to Z. So hello.
आवाज आ रही है?
Hello.
Yes sir, आवाज आ रही है.
So data handling being with the collection of data, followed by the organization of data, which leads to the data becoming a useful piece of information, and to learn more about data handling and data analysis are things. So this is the basic definition or brief meaning of the data handling, collection, presentation, and summarization. So how, as a researcher, did you collect the data, you handle the data, to handling. First thing is data is a information in raw from alphabets, numbers, or symbols that refer to or represents references, objects, etc. So this is the meaning of basically data. This type of data, one is qualitative data, one is quantitative data. Qualitative data is the numerical, qualitative data is descriptive, category, etc. For example, quantitative data. Quantitative data is a numerical measurement expressed not by means of a natural language description, but in terms of number. So quantitative is discrete data or continuous data. Quantitative data that can be expressed in figure is called quantitative data. In this exact measure are possible, have two types. Discrete variables and take only certain values and none in between. That is number of patients in a hospital. Census may be 178 or 179, but it cannot be in between these two. Similarly, the number of sharings used in the clinic in one day or number of children in a family, it is expressed in whole number. So this is called discrete quantity. The second is continuous data. Continuous value may take any value between certain limit. For example, age 25.5, like weights 70.5 kg, height 1.5 meters, hemoglobin 12.5 gram, blood pressure 135/95. It can be expressed in decimals. Then second is qualitative data. Qualitative data is a categorical measurement expressed not in terms of number, but rather by means of natural language description. For example, types of qualitative data. One is nominal data. Nominal scale data are divided in groups that are only distinguished by their name and labels. Another that is race, name, sex, name of country, name of crops, types of blood, etc. In this type of data, there is no implication of order or ratio. So this is called nominal data. Ordinal data. The second is ordinal data. When the categorical data can be placed in meaningful order on the basis of their quality, it is known as ordinal data. In this, the exact difference between the two groups are not estimated. That is, pain categorized as a mild, moderate, and severe. Similarly, a scoring of a student categorized as A, 70% and above, B, or 69%, 50, 59%. In this exact difference between the student placed grade A, grade B can be estimated. So this is called ordinal data. And the third is internal data. Internal scale data are like ordinal data is that they are placed ordered. The categories are arranged in equally spaced until there is no absolute 0 point. That is temperature. Does not mean temperature but is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit or 273 Kelvin scale. In addition, they have meaningful intervals between items which are usually measured quantitatives. For example, on the Celsius scale, the difference between 100 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius is the same as the difference between 50 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. However, because interval scales do not have an absolute 0, ratio of a score are not meaningful. That is, 100 Celsius is not twice as hot as 50 degrees Celsius because 0 degrees Celsius does not indicate a complete absence of heat. Heat. Then distinguish versus qualitative data versus quantitative data. Qualitative data deals with description. Quantitative data deals with numbers. Data can be observed in the case of qualitative data. Data which can be measured in the case of quantitative data. Color, texture, smells, taste, appearance, beauty, etc. of quality, height, volume, weight, speed, time, temperature, humidity, sound level, cost, numbers, members, age, etc. Because all are in number. All are is countable, but color, texture, smell, taste, appearance, beauty is not in number. So this is called qualitative data. Qualitative or quality. Quantitative is equal to quantity. Qualitative is quality. Quantitative is quantity. For example, in qualitative data, oil painting, suppose oil painting, qualitative data like blue, like green color, gold frame, like smells old and musty. Textures show brush strokes of oil paints, peaceful scenes of the country, masterful brush of strokes is the for example of this qualitative data. Then quantitative data, picture, suppose 10" by 14" is qualitative data. With frame 14" by 18", weight 8.5 pounds, surface area of painting is 140 square inch, cost is 300 rupees, etc. So these are the basically example of the data of qualitative and quantitative. The next aspect is data presentation. First is to arrange the data in a such a way that it should create interest in the reader's mind at the first sight. This is the basic principle of the data presentation. The second is to present the information in a compact and concise form without losing important details. To present the information in compact and concise, बहुत बड़ा नहीं करना, बहुत concise मतलब छोटे स्तर पर उसको लाना है डेटा को, from without losing information, important details. This is the second principle. And the third principle is to present the data in a simple form so as to draw the conclusion directly by viewing at the data. जो डेटा को देखता है वो उस कंक्लूजन पर आ जाए डायरेक्टली, तो डेटा प्रेजेंट करेंगे in a simple form में प्रेजेंट करना चाहिए. To present the data in a simple form so as to draw the conclusion directly by viewing at the data. जो डेटा को देखना चाहता है उस डेटा को easily understood कर सके, easily समझ सके. And the fourth principle is to present it in such a way that it can help in further statistical analysis. To present it in such a way that it can help in further statistical analysis. Then second is the presentation of data. How you present the data. So there are in chart form there are two ways. One is tabular, one is graphical. One is tabular and one is graphical. In tabular form, simple table, complex table. In graphical, for quantitative data, graph is histogram, graph is frequency polygon, graph is frequency curve, graph is line chart, graph is normal distribution curve, graph is cumulative distribution curve, and graph is a scatter diagram. And in graphic, qualitative data by bar chart, pictogram, pie chart, map diagram. So this way you present your data. So the first is tabular form, that is called tabulation. Tables are the devices that are used to present the data in a simple form. It is probably the first steps before the data is used for analysis or interpretation. So, general principle of designing tables. I just say general principle, how you design the tables. The first is the table should be numbered. That is table 1, table 2, table 3, etc. The second principle is a title must be given. A title must be given to each table, which should be brief and self-explanatory. Third principle is the headings of columns or rows should be clear and concise. Fourth is the data must be presented accordingly to size or importance chronologically, alphabetically, or geographically. If percentage or averages are to be compared, they should be placed as close as possible. If percentage or average are to be compared, and they should be placed as close as possible. The next is no table should be too large. बहुत बड़ा टेबल बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Then next is most of the people find a vertical arrangement better than a horizontal one because it is easier to search the data from top of bottom than from left to right. Then last is footnotes may be given where necessary, providing explanatory notes or additional information. So these are the some general principle when you prepare tables. जब हम टेबल को यूज करेंगे तो कुछ इन बातों को हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हम उस टेबल में क्या क्या कैसे क्या क्या चीज होना चाहिए जो प्रेजेंटेबल हो, बिकॉज टेबुलर फॉर्म डेटा को प्रेजेंट करना है, फर्स्ट साइट में प्रेजेंटेबल दिखना चाहिए. देन इज टेबल्स, ये तो जनरल प्रिंसिपल था टेबल्स का. अब देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ टेबल्स. वन इज सिंपल टेबल्स. Simple tables means measurement of single set are presented. Measurement of single set are presented. Then second is complex table. Measurement of multiple set are presented. Then next is charts and diagram. Then charts and diagram. So the charts and diagram are useful methods for presenting simple data. Charts and diagram are useful methods of presenting simple data. They have powerful impact on imagination of people. Then second is gives information at a glance. Then are better retained in memory than a statistical table. However, graph cannot be substituted for statistical tables because the graph cannot have mathematical treatment, whereas table can be treated mathematically. Where graphs are compared, the difference in the scale should be noted. It should be that a lot of details and accuracy of original data is lost in charts and diagram. And if we want the real study, we have to go back to the original data. Then some common diagram like pie chart, like simple bar diagram, like multiple bar diagram, like component bar diagram or subdivided bar diagram, like histogram, like frequency polygon, like frequency curve, like a scatter diagram, like line diagram, like pictogram, like a statistical map, etc. So this is the common diagram. The next is bar charts. The data presented is categorical. Data is presented in form of rectangular bar of equal breadth. Each bar represents one variant or attributes. Suitable scales should be indicated, and a scale starts from 0. Length of the bar is proportional to the magnitude, frequency of the variables. The bars may be vertical or horizontal. Just I saw your in the representation one diagram, one in difference between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Similarly, multiple bar chart, also called compound bar chart, more than one sub attributes or variable can be expressed, like histogram used for quantitative continuous variable. It is used to present variables which have no gaps, that is age, weight, height, blood pressure, blood sugar, etc. It consists of series of blocks. The classes interval are given along horizontal axis and the frequency along with the vertical axis. Then frequency polygon means frequency polygon is an area diagram of frequency distribution over a histogram. It is a linear representation of a frequency table and histogram obtained by joining the midpoints of the histogram blocks. Frequency is plotted at the central point of a graph of a group. Then normal frequency distribution curve. Frequency polygon may be taken many different shapes, but many approximately distributed according to the symmetrical, well-shaped normal or Gaussian distribution. In normal distribution curve, the three measurement of central tendency are identical. Approximately 68% of the distribution fall within plus minus. Standard deviation of the mean. Standard deviation of the mean, approximately 95% of the distribution falls within. Second, standard deviation of the mean, approximately 97.7% of the distribution fall within. Mean and men and women, each gender from its own distribution around a different midpoint. Pie chart, most common way of presenting data. The value of the each category is divided by the total values and then multiple by 360, and then each category is allocated the respective angle to the present, the proportion it has. It is often necessary to indicate the sometimes very easy virtually to compare the area of segments. Please 1 minute.
हाँ सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं पहुंच रही हम तक। सिन्हा सर, वीडियो भी आपका नहीं आ रहा है। प्रॉब्लम नेटवर्क की है, दोनों का नेटवर्क की प्रॉब्लम है। नोट भी किया हो सकती है हमारी पार्टिसिपेंट्स। इस लेक्चर के दौरान हमें टेक्निकल इंटरप्शंस झेलने पड़े हैं और लेक्चर के कंक्लूजन के टाइम पर भी फिर से लग रहा है कि नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम हो गया है। ये प्रोफेसर सिन्हा ना तो स्क्रीन पे दिख रहे हैं, ना उनकी आवाज पहुंच रही है हम तक। थोड़ा सा वेट करेंगे। और लेक्चर के कंक्लूजन के टाइम पर भी फिर से सर अपने को अनम्यूट कर लें आप।
One of the important call of my vice chancellor, so just I received the call and just I come back in your organization, and then next is close, please close, and then next is the pictogram. Popular methods to understand or symbols are used to present the data, that is picture of a doctor to represent the population of physicians. Fraction of the picture can be used to represent the number of smaller than the value of whole sample. A scatter diagram show the relationship between the two variables, that is positive correlation, association between the intake of fat and sugar in the average diets of 41 countries, etc. If the dots cluster round a straight line, it shows evidence of a relationship of a linear nature. If there is no such cluster, it is probable that there is no relationship between the statistical map or administrative area. It is presented either as a statistical map or dot map. The shaded maps are used to present data of varying size. The area are shaded with different color or different intensities of the same color, which is indicated in the key. Basically, it is the collection of data. Data collection is a process of gathering information on variables of interest in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer a stated research question, test hypothesis, and this is the meaning of data collection. So data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest, is an established systematic function that enables on a answer stated research question. What is your objective of the research? Your hypothesis, test, and evaluate outcome, that is called finding. All is the primary source, another is secondary source. In primary source, data is collected by interview, by questionnaire, by investigation. In secondary source, either published data or unpublished data. Primary data is type of information that is obtained by directly from first-hand source by means of survey, by means of observation, by means of experiment, etc. Has been previously published and is derived from new or original research study and collected at the source, such as in marketing. Source of collection of primary data, just I is personally collected. Data is collected through the interviewer over the telephonic with the interviewers. Indirect oral investigation, like from third parties who have information about subject of inquiry. Information from correspondent, data is collected from agent on the area of investigation. Mail questionnaire, data is collected through questionnaire mail to the informant. Questionnaire filled by the enumerators, data is collected by trained enumerators who fills the questionnaire. Essential of good questionnaire, basically how you prepare questionnaire. This is basically the topic of this data collection, measuring and handling, but just something I told how you construct a questionnaire. The first is a covering letter with objective and a scope of survey. मैंने बहुत सारे का क्वेश्चनर देखता हूं, वो सीधे क्वेश्चनर आता है, कोई कवरिंग लेटर होता ही नहीं है. तो फर्स्ट तो आपको कवरिंग लेटर लिखना चाहिए, ए कवरिंग लेटर विद ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड स्कोप ऑफ द सर्वे. हाउ यू objective, what are the minimum number of question. क्वेश्चन का नंबर कम होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि 10 पेज का क्वेश्चन आ रहा हो, कोई फिल करने बैठे तो मना कर दे कि भाई ये मेरे पास इतना टाइम नहीं होता, मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं भरता. अवॉइड क्वेश्चन. अगर कोई चीज लगता हो कि वो पर्सनलाइज है तो उसको अवॉइड करना चाहिए. क्वेश्चन शुड बी क्लियर एंड सिंपल. अगर हम गांव में रूरल एरिया में अर्बन में हम अगर सर्वे कर रहे हैं और गांव के किसान से सर्वे कर रहे हैं, हम माइक्रो फाइनेंस का सर्वे कर रहे हैं, हम एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का कर रहे हैं, वुमन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का कर रहे हैं, और हम क्वेश्चन को बनाते हैं इंग्लिश में. हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल टू फार्मर रीड दिस क्वेश्चनर? तो आपको हिंदी में बनाना चाहिए. डेटा हिंदी से आएगा हमारा, या उसको देखना चाहिए, बड़े सिंपल होना चाहिए. शुड बी लॉजिकली अरेंज्ड. लॉजिकली का मतलब है 1 by 1. इस क्वेश्चन के बाद ये क्वेश्चन हो सकता है, इस क्वेश्चन के बाद ये क्वेश्चन हो सकता है. ऐसे नहीं कि जो क्वेश्चन पहले पूछना चाहिए वो बाद में है और जो पहले बाद वाला है वो पहले पूछा जा रहा है. तो क्वेश्चन लॉजिकली मैंने हमको रखना चाहिए. तो ये बेसिकली दिस इज द बेसिक टिप्स ऑफ द व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर द क्वेश्चनर and others. So just you in your mind how to protect, because in session is the how to prepare questionnaire, how to construct your questionnaire, how to validate your questionnaire is the another type of another things. Then next is how to collect primary data. These are the way collect primary data. First is sampling. It is the process through which we choose a smaller group of collect data that can be best representative of the population. That is the best representative of the population. Then second is survey. It can be done in face-to-face mode or in direct mode. Either हम आमने सामने बैठ के बात कर लें या टेलीफोन से बात कर लें. Then the census. In which data is collected from every unit of population. method दो यूज करते हैं. In census method, every unit of population is studied. Reliable and accurate result. Expensive methods. Suitable when population is of homogeneous nature. But in case of sampling method, few units of population are studied. Less reliable and accurate result. Less expensive methods and suitable when population is heterogeneous nature. Heterogeneous में तो suitable है, but homogeneous के लिए ये गलत है. So census method or sampling method, there are basically brief distinct differences. Then second, so the secondary data. When you use secondary data is a data that is not collected by the person who is doing research. An example of the secondary data is community assessment done by the another organization, but used to substantiate the another organization's research. Already data is available in the market, not a raw data. Is already data either in published data or in published data, but already data is collected. Like published source, government publication like semi-government publication, etc. Unpublished source, Census of India, like National Survey Organization, that type of magazine, journals, Googles, and others. Point taken into consideration before collection of data is the important part. Points taken into consideration before collection of the data. The first is identify the problem or research on whatever you need to explore. Data जब हम collect, data तो बहुत है. Useful data को collect करते हैं. जो data मुझे चाहिए, data जो चाहिए उसी को collect करना है. So first thing is identify the problem or research on whatever you need to explore. Second is how do you differentiate between figures or records. Third is how to get data in more meticulous way. Then what are the things required? What are the things required in the collection of data? And the last is what is the purpose of collection of data? And next is source of data. So you just simply think is the first is the population, that sample, and data analysis, then drawing face. Population, then sample, then data collection, that data analysis, drawings, interface. Then last is data handling. Data handling, we know that data is a collection of observation. Visual representation of data will help us to understand it is better and remember the facts easily. The word data means collection of information in the form of numerical figure or set of given facts. That handling is like mean, median, mode, and range, etc. Like arithmetic mean, handling data occurring like arithmetic mean. The most common representative value of the group of data is the arithmetic mean or the mean. To understand, let us look at the following example. Take any example. Then is called range. The difference between the highest and lowest observations observation gives us an idea of the spread of the observation. Like this can be found by the subtracting the lowest observation from the highest observation. Then median. The median is the middle value of the given numbers or distribution. They are ascending order. Median is the average value of the two middle elements when the size of the distribution is even. Then bar graphs, a bar chart of the bar graph is the chart with the rectangular bar with the length of the plane, the value of that can be plotted vertically and horizontally. Then summarizing of the data. This is the basically data handling. Data को collect कर लिए, अब data को handle the some you analyze this data, so you just summarizing the data. So descriptive measure of the collection of data, like measures, they are computed to give center around which the measurement in the data are distributed. Variation or variability measure, they describe the data spread or how far away the measurement are from the center. Statistics related to the continuous variables like mean, like median, like mode, like range, like standard deviation, like standard error. Central tendency measure, mean, the average value of the average value affected by extreme values. Median, the middle value not affected by extremes. Mode, modes frequently occurring observation, they may be more than one mode. Median, the data are the first arranged in an ascending or descending order of magnitude. Middle observation is located, which is called median. If the number of value is ordered, median is equal to middle value. If the number of value is even, median is called average of the two middle values. Most frequent observation is called mode. Measure of dispersion. Dispersion is also called variability. Scattered, spread, measure how spread out a set of data is. Dispersion is the scatteredness of the data series around its average. Measure of dispersion, like range, like standard deviation, like variance, like interquartile range. Range is the difference between the value of the two extreme items of a series, the difference between the maximum and minimum value of set of observation. Standard deviations, like tell us how individual values are deviated from and around the mean in the sample. Provides an index of variability. So some features of standard deviation is a very satisfactory and most widely used measure of dispersion. If standard deviation is small, there is a high probability for getting a value close to the mean, and if it is a large, the value is further away from the mean, it is less affected by the fluctuation of sampling. So these are the some brief points regarding data data handling, data source, data handling, collection, presentation, and summarization. These are basically theoretical part of this system. When in this section, this is a very long time is observed for this system, like when data handling, collection, presentation, and summarization. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an enlightening talk, which is very beneficial for our participants. In this talk, sir, you elaborated and beautifully explained almost all the needed concepts of statistics. Our participants must have learned a lot from this lecture. All their confusions must have been removed, sir, by this talk. The type of data, its presentation, its analysis, everything, sir, in such a short span, you explained very well.